Well, I must say that Five Nights at Freddy's 2, this one right here is an outright disaster. It's just really more the same terrible acting, a nonsensical story, and characters I really didn't care about. Makes this one of the most forgettable video game adaptations over the last couple of years. For the record, I was not looking forward to watching this, and I barely had remembered the story of the previous film, so I had to go online and watch a story recap just so I can remember what in the heck happened. This one right here, it does suffer from so many story issues that it has so many plot holes. By the time it was over, I said to myself, wow, that was a big waste of time. Because this doesn't do enough to be enjoyable, at least not in my opinion. This is more for the video game fans of this franchise, because I really felt like this could have been something unique for the general audience. But the lack of strong character development and the writing being terrible makes this a frustrating watch if you're not familiar of the lore from the video games. Overall, when it comes down to it, I'm never watching this again. I did not have a fun time with this movie. It just didn't do anything for me. And even though I don't know anything about the source material, but I'm betting those video games are far more entertaining than what I had gotten with this one. Honestly, I understand why this franchise is so successful. I mean, the video games, they have been around for a long time. I even played one of them a couple of years ago. I was like, yeah, this is scary. You know what's not scary? This movie. Because it does too much. There's far too many plot holes. And to make matters worse, even the characters ain't interesting. Josh Hutcherson, his performance as Mike is not great. It feels like he is wooden here. This character really doesn't get any backstory like he kind of did in the first movie. And to make matters worse, his chemistry with Elizabeth Leo is like non-existent. Not only that though, speaking of Vanessa, I thought she felt unnecessary in the story. I get it, she was a big part in the first film. But here, she really doesn't do all that much. Then there's a child actor that played Abby. Really didn't care about her. I thought her acting, it was subpar. Not one of the worst performances from a child actor, but at the same time, it's nowhere near great. Maybe I would understand the story a lot better if I knew the franchise that this is based on. Maybe if I did my research before I had watched the second film. But the thing is, this franchise is not for everyone. I did like the animatronics. I thought the voice acting there was good. I had liked the music. But other than that, that's honestly all I really cared about in this film. This is a gore fest. I really didn't get any enjoyment out of it. I was asking so many questions. I was like, man, what's going on? There are 3 actors in this film that gets less than 10 minutes. McKenna Grace, she really doesn't do anything in the film. And then there's Skeet Ulrich. I was like, yo, he was in the movie less than 5 minutes. Even the character that Matthew Lillard plays, even less screen time than that. I was like, yo, this is not how you write characters. There is no horror here. There's no tension. Maybe if this is rated R, maybe it will be somewhat entertaining. But that's not even the case here. This feels like bad DLC. At the end of the day, I would highly suggest you skip this because it's quite frankly such a boring adventure where not a whole lot happens. And by the time the end credits rolls, it's just a large waste of time in my opinion. I'm giving this film a 4 out of 10. Yeah, this will only appease fans of the video games because I don't see the general audience liking this and not going to waste time or money going to see this at the cinema. When this eventually comes out on streaming services, well, they're just not going to even bother. Even though at the end, this does set up a third movie, but I'm honestly not looking forward to it unless the writing is 100 times better. Anyway, I'm done talking about this dumpster fire. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just, in my opinion, a forgettable cinematic journey. And that's my review of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.